If your front sight has slowly turned into a blurry little post, good news! You're not imagining things. The sight hasn't changed. Unfortunately, your eyes are. Now, in this previous video, I talked about how front sight focus starts to break down for a lot of shooters over 50. One solution was changing what you look at. We talked about point shooting, front sights. Today, we're coming back to front sights. Now, if those techniques didn't work for you, or if you're just absolutely a front sight guy, I have more good news. There's a way to get the best of both worlds. The solution is very simple. It's brilliant. I know. Change your sights. Today, we're going to look at excess sights and answer some questions. Does excess sight make the front sight easier to find? What did it help and what did it not help? And we're also going to look and see if excess sights will work for you. Should you consider this upgrade or not? Now, I want to be very clear about this. Excess Sights did reach out and sponsor this video. This is my honest, unfiltered review. I give it to you guys straight. You know me. I don't care how much people pay me. I only recommend products I know and trust. Now, if you watch this channel for a while, you have a lot of revolver people here, and I love, make sure it's unloaded, love my Ruger SP101. But to be honest, the sights suck. It's just a basic rear notch with a small, thin front sight. I actually did put the XS in. Now, being over 55 and wearing progressives, I could only use this in like bright daylight or well-lit areas. And again, the folks at XS were very nice, sent me a front sight for it. I installed it on the Ruger SP101 and tested it at the range. Now, the real problem is not that older shooters are lazy, untrained, or you're losing it. Problem is our eyes are changing. Now I'm 56, I've been wearing glasses since high school, and I've had progressives for about 10 years now. So sight picture, alignment, target acquisition, all that can be tough. When you bring the handgun up, you're not just aiming the gun. You're fighting focal distance. You're fighting the environment, front sight or a rear sight that may not be as sharp as it used to be. Not to mention your glasses. A lot of older shooters blame themselves when their groups start opening up. Like, what am I doing? They think they need to focus harder, train harder. Sometimes the smart answer is just to use a sight system that gives your eyes something that's easier to use and pick up. Today we're going to look at 5 things today. We're going to look at what problem does the XS sights solve? Did it help at the range? What did the sights not fix? Can older shooters install it? And what are the trade-offs? Are there trade-offs? So right out of the gate, what problem is the XS doing to solve? It's not going to turn this into a bullseye gun. It will absolutely make the front sight faster and easier to find. Obviously, it's a Ruger SP101. It's a 5-shot 357 Magnum. I see it as an everyday carry, backup, close range defensive. Now, it's not the gun I would pick for long distance precision work. So the right question is not, will the XS sights help me shoot tiny groups? No, not on this gun. The right question is, can I find the front sight faster when it matters? And the answer is absolutely yes. It gives you a bright, big green or orange golf ball, basically, to find instead of a tiny little blade to hunt for. Did it help at the range? Oh, absolutely. Love it. It helped with sight pickup and target acquisition. At the range, the green front sight was easier to see. It was absolutely faster to pick up than the original sight, and sight acquisition was much easier. Target acquisition was much easier. This matters for older eyes because contrast can sometimes be important, and the sight gave me a clear reference point. Now, if you're wondering, I did shoot 132 grain full metal jacket and 158 grain semi-wad cutters. I shot two-handed, one-handed, right and left-handed. Now, I did not turn the SP101 into a target gun. It's still a short-barreled defensive revolver. But the purpose is speed and visibility. XS sights absolutely check that box. Now, what did it not fix? Now, I'm going to be honest here. The sights helped, but it's not going to magically fix your eyes. You may still have to wear progressive lenses. You may still have to tilt your head back to get that perfect spot, the right part of the lens lined up. You still may need special shooting glasses for astigmatism or presbyopia. Sights are not going to fix that, sorry. They won't fix your glasses, and they're not going to make you 26 again. Wouldn't that be nice, though? But it comes down to this. The XS sights absolutely have a permanent place on my beloved Ruger. They did their job, but the glasses and you still have to do yours. Now, this matters because older shooters need honest expectations. A better sight can help you see the front sight faster. XS does that. but it's not a miracle cure. The right solution depends on your actual problem and situation. Can older shooters install it themselves? The official answer is maybe. If you have arthritis, hand surgery, hand pain, you may want to think about having somebody else help you or have them install it for you. I installed this myself in about 30 minutes, and it probably would have been faster, but Dad and I were talking. Did not need a gunsmith, and it was really simple. It's just a tiny pin, punch, pliers, front sight, punch block, very simple. But the front sight pin is very small. It's delicate work, especially to get that pin back in. So if you have arthritis, hand surgery, shaky hands, numb fingers, reduced dexterity, you may want to have somebody do it for you. Installation is simple, but not for aging hands. I know a lot of reviews and people online, it's easy install, installs in minutes. That's not enough for us for over 50. The real question is whether somebody with stiff or painful hands can actually do it. And the answer is probably not. That is not a fault of XS. It's just the way Ruger made their gun. Now, is there a trade-off? Well, it's a better sight picture, but it's still the same gun. The sights absolutely help the eyes, but the gun still requires hand strength, recoil management. It's still a .357 revolver, still has a heavy 10 to 14 pound double action trigger, still requires your grip strength. Now, I admit, after shooting it one-handed, especially on the left hand, my hand was sore for a few days. It's not a failure of the sight. It's a reminder to all of us that as older shooters, we need to think about the full system: eyes, hands, recoil, grip, practice. So what's the official EGO verdict? For older shooters dealing with blurry front sights, here's the official EGO, or everyday gun owner verdict. For aging eyes, this is a 5 out of 5. The big sights are big, bright, easy to pick up. Comes in orange or green, runs for about $70 for a front sight. Sight is not going to work miracles, but it will absolutely help you get on target faster. It's easier to see, bright, and as I said, has a permanent place on my beloved Ruger. For everyday carry, I think it's a 4 out of 5. It's a SP101 is a close-range defensive revolver. The front sight acquisition absolutely matters. But you do have to be careful. The sight does not snag on clothing or holsters. For home defense, it's absolutely a good fit. I'm going to call this one like a 3.5 out of 5. Now, it is a front sight, but you still need light and good target acquisition, especially in the middle of the night. So a good front sight is only part of the whole system. Precision shooting, we talked about this. Honestly, it's like a 2.5 out of 5. This isn't a bullseye setup. It's not a bullseye gun. It's up close, personal EDC. XS does make front and rear sight combos for other guns, but for defensive revolvers, it's not designed for precision shooting. Keep that in mind. They make a wide variety of sights, and with a whole set, it absolutely can help you shoot more accurately. For aging hands installation, it's either a 4 or a 1 out of 5. Depends on which boat you're in. You basically remove the pin, add some Loctite, put the front sight in, and put the pin back in. It's very simple. That gets a 4 out of 5. Now, if you have arthritic hands, hand surgery, or trouble with fine motor manipulation, it's a 1, but it's not because of the sights. It's just the way Ruger made their gun. So what's the final verdict? If your main problem is a blurry front sight on a defensive revolver or other handgun, I absolutely think XS makes a lot of sense, and it's a great addition to help with your sight picture and acquisition. Now, if you're having a problem with like red dot starburst, low light target identification, progressive lenses, that may only be one part of a bigger issue. If your sights are getting harder to see, don't just buy whatever somebody on the internet recommends. First, you need to figure out what problem you have. I've put together a free shooting for aging eyes cheat sheet. Breaks down common problems in older shooters: blurry front sights, red dot starburst, visibility, and you can download it for free in the link below. Also put the full written review with my installation notes, range notes, and the EGO verdict on our website. I'll put that in the link. Now, getting older does not mean you stop being capable. It means you just have to adapt. So stay safe, stay smart, and we'll see you next time.